Hi everybody, Linda here, wishing you all a happy new year. I hope you all had fun in the festive season, and this year I've set myself a challenge up to do journaling. I have never done journaling before, and this year I've set myself this challenge because I want to learn new techniques of different ways of using the products that I have here at home. My first journal that I'm going to be doing is in conjunction with Wanderlust 2016, which was has been advertised on Facebook. So I applied, well, I didn't apply, I paid for this 12-month of lessons from really very creative artists, and it started this week. And so I've still yet to do my first 2 pages, but I needed to decorate my journal, and I treated myself to a 12 by 12 Dilutions journal, and it's beautiful, and the pages are really thick and strong, and they have an envelope in the front to just so for making notes. I'm going to be making notes as well, but this is the journal that I've decorated back and front, and even down the side as well. And how I've decorated this, I've first give it a layer, a coat, sorry, of gesso back and front and side, and then I painted it with yellow ochre and white, blended it to get a nice buttercup creamy colour, and then I added some, I think you can just see there, that is a map, and I've called it my journey because it is going to be a journey for me of this year, and I'm hoping to gain lots of experience and new techniques. So it has this nice elastic band that goes round. So first off, what I've done, obviously after I've painted it, I then added a map, and I've added, I'm not sure if you can see, I've added a die cut car, and then I've used modelling paste and a Tim Holt stencil here, and a Sheena Douglas one here, which is like burlap on the front, and then again on the back, and I did the map as well, which kind of give it a texture as well. I didn't want to go over the top with adding dimension on my journal, because obviously when you're working with your pages, you don't want to have this, you need this really flat, otherwise it's not going to, it's going to it is going to affect how you work on your pages. So that's what I've done. And then I gave it these letters are metal, and I've had them absolutely years. I think I even got them from QVC many moons ago, and I, first of all, they're metal obviously, so I then gave them a light coating of gesso, and then I adhered them to the book with my hot glue gun, and then I painted them over. I mixed burnt umber with white, so I get a nice not a brown, deep brown, but a paler brown, and then painted it all over again. And then once that was dry, I wiped it, some of it back, so I could see the map there, and down here as well, you can't quite see it. And then I got the PBO Dina paints, iridescent paint, and dry brushed, and I've mainly used gold on the back, and I used the copper as well, and I painted my letters in the copper, dry brushed them with the copper so they would stand proud. And it actually says, my journey, Wanderlust 2016, Now this is going to be a real good journey for me, and I felt that I needed to step outside my box, my comfort zone, and I felt that this year was the right time for me to do it. So I plan on doing more YouTubes about my pages, as I create my pages, and whether I make mistakes or not, they will be involved. So you will see me making mistakes. And I want to give you one tip. When I painted, before I even painted my journal, I wrapped the pages round with cling film so that the inside of my journal, the pages wouldn't get damaged or paint on them. And I've actually got some Mylar A4 sheets, so that when I do work on my sheets, I can put a Mylar between the pages so that it doesn't transfer through to the other pages. But with these pages, they're that thick excuse me, that they won't paint through, it shouldn't seep through. And then another tip which I learnt from a lovely lady called Carolyn Dube was that if you print off, like I printed off my vintage map, and because it was I've got an inkjet printer, if you put a very thin layer of PVA, cheap PVA glue over it, then let it dry, then you can actually paint over it and it doesn't disturb the ink underneath, which is fabulous. So I'm really excited about that. Another great inspiration was Mike Deakin, who I've been friends with for a long time, but he's really big in journal, and some of the journaling pages he does is fabulous. So I will put links to both Caroline and Mike's YouTube channels, so please go and check them out. And so that's my challenge for this year, to myself. So it's going to be quite an adventurous year, and I hope that you will join me in my journey. A heads up as well, in my next YouTube I will be showing you a giveaway that I'm going to give to when I reach my 200 follower. It's going to be something that I've made myself, and I will add goodies inside what I've made. And I do hope you'll join me and enjoy my journey as much as I hope I do too. And I would like to wish you all a happy, healthy and prosperous new year, but also above all a good crafty one too. Thank you so much for watching me today, and I hope to see you again very soon. Bye bye.